Hi everyone, welcome to Stationeers Venus, Season 1, Episode 36. This episode I intend to make Astroloy. At the end of the last episode I went out mining. I went and grabbed this cupboard from inside and I chucked it out here. As you can see, I have quite a lot of resources piled up, enough to make what I want. The first thing I'm going to need though is some steel, because Astroloy requires steel. So right now I've checked this furnace, it's got some gases in there. I can probably close this now. I want them both closed. Yeah. You need to be careful with these things. It's easy to mess them up. There should be nothing in these pipes. Yeah, good. And that should have stuff in it. So what I need to do is I need to get all this stuff out of the queue, because I'm going to be needing all this pipe stuff. Oh, I left this on. I have to go back inside and sort stuff out. I might empty some waste tanks while I'm doing it. So right now I'm just processing the resources required for steel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an exact 500 steel. That's the plan. So I need 375 iron, 125 coal. Now, I know I have this reagent mix from the last time I failed attempt at making steel, so I can actually go and chuck that in, because that'll be a mixture of iron and coal, or iron and hydrocarbon, as you see. So if I chuck this in, what do I end up with? And I'd like to chuck this in as well. 8, so it's not much. And we'll see what that gives me. 77 times by 3, 231, yeah. Okay, so how do I get this to 125? Do I need 50 coal? Won't do it. 48 coal. There we go, that's what I want. So we'll split a couple off. We'll chuck these 2 coal in with this. Oh, whoops. Do I not have a partial stack of coal somewhere? Oh, I do in my belt. That's right. So we'll stick the 2 in there. Okay, so we want 48 coal. So let's see what that gives me. And now I need, what is it? 370. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, all these gases being released is putting too much pressure in there. I need to empty this a little bit. What have I got in the queue right now? That's fine. I can empty some of this stuff. Output. Okay, we're just gonna dump a bunch of this stuff. We want most of it out anyway. We'll just volume pump most of it out for now. Get that this thing here down close to the yellow. That'll honestly do. Yeah, pressure 10 megapascals. Okay, so the question is, how much iron am I going to have to put in order to make that exactly 375? See, Astroloy requires 2 steel per Astroloy. It's 2 steel, 1 cobalt, and 1 copper. So you need to get the ratios exact. You need to get them right, get them perfect. I'm still nowhere near. I need to go inside. I want to get all this stuff in my vacuum room, actually, in my chill room. 370. If I stick 50 in, that's too much. I have to take 6 off. So 44. That'll do it. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll split 6 off. We'll chuck 6 in my belt with the rest of these scraps. These are the scraps because they're not full stacks. And we'll go and chuck that in. Okay, so that should give me enough for exactly 500 steel. It should be 375 iron, 125 hydrocarbon. Perfect. I'm going to use my heat tank, this thing, assuming it's hot enough. I think it was. Yeah, it's almost 700 degrees. I'm going to use this thing to actually make the steel. So the first thing I need to do is I need to evacuate this furnace. So we want the output, that's the input, output to 100 liters, and we'll just get that evacuating right now. Now I'm going to have to create some capacity in these pipes. As you can see, it's starting to get crowded in there. So I'm going to suck all that into my vacuum room. The problem is I left the lever open. So let's go and deal with that problem really quick. While I'm here, is there anything I could do? I could empty waste tanks. I could top up my oxygen. Let's start eating to that one. We'll top up this one instead. I could top up my propellant. There's a few little bits and pieces I could do. So if you remember, in this run I have a vacuum room. I'm using vacuum cooling. I don't consider it cheating or exploiting. I just it just breaks the realism of the game, because what I'm doing there is breaking the laws of physics. I know I'm breaking the laws of physics, but this is kind of supposed to be a tutorial series in a way. It's supposed to teach new players the mechanics of the game. Like right now, I'm hopefully teaching players how a good way to make Astroloy anyway, or how I like to make Astroloy on Venus. And by cutting out all the grinding for power, because I would have to have like quadruple the power array I currently have if I wanted to do it without vacuum cooling. So rather than take out all the grinding, I recommend new players do use vacuum cooling until you learn the rest of the game mechanics, and then you might set yourself a special challenge of not using it and trying to do it all with air conditioners and wall coolers and things like that. Okay, well let's. I don't know what the temperature of my oxygen currently is. I was going to get some monitors up, but I haven't actually done it yet. It could be cooled a bit. So let's shut this thing. Let's keep my tablet on here. Let's chuck this in here. So first we'll empty our waste tanks, then we'll close the valve, and then we'll shove a whole pile of stuff into my radiator pipes. Yep, okay, almost done. Okay, so this should be empty, apart from maybe the valve bug. Yeah, I think I've got a valve bug there. Because this is just not evacuating. It's just sitting there cooling but not evacuating. Oh, no, I don't have a valve bug. What am I doing? The valve wasn't closed. Yeah, silly me, silly. Will I get the valve bug? It looks like it. It should be evacuated by now. Valves are just broken, I think. Yeah, it's going to leave me with 1 Pascal in there. Nothing I can do about that bug. Let's get rid of this. Let's top up everything. Let's just make sure we're in the clear, and we don't have to worry about bad things happening to us while we're doing all this furnace stuff. That'll honestly do. Okay, other thing I could do is top up my battery. I could top up my propellant. My propellant's looking pretty healthy, actually. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to shove a little bit more in. Yeah, that's good. So I'm going with a carbon dioxide propellant. Out of curiosity, how's the carbon dioxide looking? I got 52,000 moles in there. It's looking fine. I should check the greenhouse temperature as well. Okay, so all my stuff is sorted out. I just need to make sure this is closed. It is. Now I can pump all those furnace gases out of there and into my cooling system. If I were to do this without vacuum cooling, I'd probably have an air conditioner attached to each tank in like a loop circuit, and I'd just be constantly air conditioning those tanks. But I would need a much bigger power array if I wanted to do that. And probably like a big battery room of battery storage, large windmills to fill them up during storms, things like that. All sorts of cool things you can do in this game. But yeah, I wanted to kind of race to the end game pretty quickly was basically my thinking. That'll do. I should have probably got more water bottles while I was in there. Anyway, it's actually safe for me to go and pull this now. We'll push this. 50 litres, what? Gosh, what was I doing last time I was playing this? Is this one set to the right amount? Oh, that's a pressure regulator, that's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to suck all those really hot gases into here. This thing should be evacuated by now. Cool. We want to make sure that there's no ingoing or outgoing stuff happening here. Yep, good. Now what I want to do is I want to connect, I forgot to get some pipes. I'll just rip them off my furnace. I want to connect my heat tank, this thing here, which is almost 700 degrees, into here. I just have to leak 1 megapascal of gases in, and that'll just, bang, pop out steel. And once I got my 500 steel, we can do the rest. Now I am waiting for this queue to empty substantially, quite a bit. So it should be okay if I rip these up now. I've had a bit of a bug where if I start ripping up pipes, sometimes it just like magically empties the whole pipe network. That came with the new update, the spoiler alert update. I've just noticed that bug is something that occasionally happens to me. Well, it happened once. And I had to reload the game and restart all over again. It was a pain. Okay, so this heat tank here is going to connect straight to the input of my furnace, like this. Right? Now, I'm also going to want to keep all the gases afterwards, so I'm going to also connect it to the output of my furnace. And you'll see how that works in a moment. I'm just going to, well, I want to pinch that pipe. It's not letting me. Okay, we'll pinch it from the back. We'll just pinch this one. That should be fine. Oh, should it? We'll see, we'll see. I want this curling up. Yep. And I want this one curling around. So basically, the input and output are both connected to my advanced furnace. So the heat tank gas will go in, and then when I hit the output, the increase output, it'll go back into my heat tank again. And I like to do this. I probably will chuck like a volume pump on this spot here at some point, just to get all the rest of those gases out of there. And back into my heat tank again. This air conditioner flashing on and off, it doesn't have enough power. That's the thing that's slowly heating up this tank. That's why I started that air conditioner early, even before I had an enclosed base. Okay, this has nothing in it. All I need to do basically is hit the input and get the pressure to 1 megapascal, and I should be able to pop out steel. This is completely, yeah, it's not empty. It's going to take a while to get those last little bits out. It's fine, and this furnace should have a bunch of stuff in it as well, which I'm not going to bother with yet. I might evacuate that later. Okay, so we just want the input in, so that's the output. We're just going to input just a little bit, just 10 liters. We want to just get this to 1 megapascal. It's already there. Stop. We got 1.5 megapascals, but as you can see, we'll produce steel. It's really that simple. When you have a heat tank, it's fantastic. Now, it's cooling, and that's why this is happening. Now, what I might do is I might leave those gases in there and just assume they're wasted gases and process the rest of my stuff and pump it out the back here. So yeah, I don't actually want this here yet. Later on I will. Okay, so 1.5 megapascals wasted. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these current pressure and temperature to process all my stuff. The first thing I would like processed is my steel, I guess. No, yeah, the steel, because the steel processes at a higher temperature, I think. So I know I just popped steel out of here, but this time it'll say steel in there. It won't say iron and hydrocarbons. It'll say steel. Now, this will cool down the furnace a bit. You see it's cooling down like crazy. Once the temperature gets too low, it'll stop cooling. I might have to leak a little bit more gas in there. I could use atmospheric gases for that, actually. I don't need to use heat tank gases. I just can't be bothered setting up this thing. And I have a lot of moles in my heat tank, I believe. Yeah, look, 16,000. So I can waste a few. It's okay. I think my heat tank has got too much in it anyway, because I want the temperature to be much higher.
Waste tank caution.
Waste tank caution. Okay, we'll get on that ahead of time so I don't waste water. Okay, so we've got my steel sorted out. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to process all this copper. So the ratio is 1 cobalt to 1 copper to 2 steel. So I've got 500 steel in there. I need 250 copper. And to still process, see, it stopped processing because the temperature got too low. So steel seems to process, yeah, well, it processes at 100 degrees. But basically the temperature climbs up above 100 and then it processes a bit of steel and goes back down. The process of processing, is, it cools the furnace down, which is a problem. It's going to take me quite a while to get this stuff going. I have got lots of other things I could be fixing and doing, like this is done now, so I can do this. And some other things I can do is I can, I've got all this gold and copper and stuff here. I can use this furnace here to just make myself some ingots. I'm going to store all this copper in here for now, for space reasons. Oh, what? No, I'm trying to put it in the tool slot. I'm like, what is happening? Okay, so this is fine. I can process copper and gold with this. I don't want too much at this stage, I don't think. Maybe I do. I don't know. I haven't checked my machines. Something I should have done was check my machines, but let's get a few ingots. In fact, let's make a lot more gold. I was saving this gold up to make Astroloy. Not Astroloy, sorry. Inconel. Because I know I'm going to want more of that. But, yeah, I mean, this is fine what I got there. Having an extra, what is it, 91 grams of gold? That's fantastic. I'm not going to say no to that. And yeah, let's create like 96 grams of copper as well while we're at it. This copper here, I got a lot there. I'm just waiting for that steel to process, basically. I'm looking for jobs to do. It's getting there. I've almost processed it all. And we got 96 gram of copper ingot. This is quite nice. Fantastic. Other things I could be doing while I'm waiting is I could be... oh, I can do this now. I could be filling my water bottles up. That's another task that I kind of been slack on. Is this done? Yeah, that's done. Okay, let's start processing the copper. So that's going to cool the furnace down as it releases cold gases. I should get quite a bit of copper in before it's too cold though, so it should be okay. I'll probably get it all in. For some reason, steel cools the furnace like crazy. Maybe because I'm just putting so much in. 500 of it just cooled the furnace like crazy. Okay, once I'm done with all these, I'm going to start working on putting the cobalt in. And there's a reason I left the cobalt to last, and you'll understand fairly shortly when I do it. Yeah, there we go. I need a proper insulated watershed, and I need it attached to my base. There's all sorts of things I need to do to improve this base. Now we'll stick that up there. Okay, so now we've got our 500 steel, our 250 copper. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mainly evacuate this furnace. I want most of it gone, but not all of it. I want to leave enough in there. Oh, whoops. I just wasted some hot gases. I always do that for some reason. I seem to think it goes input, output, but it doesn't. And this is the mistake I'm sure a lot of people make. It actually goes output, then input. This is the output here. So I want to get most of this gas out of here. Not all of it. I mean, I could do it. I could probably boost it up and then just slow it down. I want most of it out of here, because I actually want the gases that the CO2 produces to stay in there. So we get most of this out, get it down to like, 300 kilopascals or something. We'll stop that now. 400, 450. Oh, the pressure's going up because the temperature's going up. Yeah, because of Venus. I can leak out a little bit more of the stuff. That's fine. Okay, so now let's start working on the cobalt. So we want 250 of this. So get all this in. Yeah. Okay, so most of the gases are gone. How many moles have I actually got in there? It shouldn't be very much, just tiny trace amounts. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start processing my cobalt. This will cool the furnace substantially. Now, if I get my tablet out, this one will be done in a second, so I'll wait till that one's done. Have a look what's happening here. H2. Look how much hydrogen I'm releasing. It's enormous. Cobalt releases hydrogen. I don't need to use volatiles. I can use the gases produced by cobalt to spark a reaction to get the temperature and pressure up higher. It's actually an enormous amount of hydrogen. I kind of want to flush that in my system. But yeah, I mean, what did I end up with? 250 moles of hydrogen. That's the same as what? 12 volatiles? Something like that. 12 and a half volatiles. So yeah, I got a ton of hydrogen in there. I just need to mix in oxygen. So I just need 125 moles of oxygen in there. Now this is a problem right here. My system is not really set up for this. What I need to do is I need to get a volume pump on here, and I need to suck out those gases dry, and I'm going to just stick oxygen straight in there, just straight from my oxygen tank. Okay, so we need a volume pump there. Let's just scavenge the furnace volume pump. Yeah, I always dismantle my furnaces I haven't in this run, but in other runs, I'm really mean to my furnaces. They get scavenged. Oh, that's a pressure regulator. We don't want a pressure regulator. We want a volume pump. Let's grab this one instead. Thank you. And we will rip this pipe off. That shouldn't destroy any gases. That should be fine. Cool. There we go. We'll get this volume pump in here now.
Waste tank. Caution.
That looks pretty good, actually. Yep, it's pumping that way. And we want to suck all the gases out of here right now. That was a waste tank caution. We'll just get on top of that straight away. And we want to get cables in here. So as you can see, I'm going through quite a bit of a hassle, quite a bit of a fuss. If I wanted to make this stuff easier, I would just stick in a bunch of volatiles, a bunch of oxides. You know, I just empty the furnace completely and just stick in a bunch of volatiles and some oxygen, and I would do it that way. A ton of oxygen, a ton of volatiles, as long as it's not going to blow up the furnace. There's a certain amount you can use. I'd have to experiment a bit. I've forgotten what it is. I remember I knew it once upon a time, but there is a certain amount of oxides and volatiles, a specific amount you can put in, which will give you the pressure and the temperature you need to make Astroloy. I might look that up, tell everyone in the next episode. I don't look it up. I might experiment a bit off screen. So anyway, we've got this volume pump here. What we're doing is we're just going to turn this on, and we're just going to suck all those gases out of this little pipe network here, and we're going to free the pipe for. Wait, what's happening? Why is it not sucking out? This should be emptying. Oh, it is. It's just doing it very slowly. So we're just sucking all these gases out. Once they're out of those little pipe network there, which will be safe to put oxygen in there. I mean, it's already safe to put oxygen in, but I want as less oxygen in there as possible. Okay, there we go. That's done. Fantastic. What I should do now is I should reverse this pump, so that I can feed gas in, and I can choose how much I feed in. I kind of played it a bit lazily. It's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have this stick up like this, so that it's just going to be easy to take the pump on and off and choose which direction it points. Okay, so right now we've got all the resources we need in there to make Astroloy. Okay. And inside we've got a ton of hydrogen. Look at that. We've also got a ton of nitrogen in there, which is a bit annoying.
Hunger. Caution.
Hunger caution. I'm fine. I'm fine. Now let's stick some oxygen in this pipe network right here. And then we're just going to volume pump it in. It's going to cause a big burst of pressure and temperature. And then what we're going to need to do after that maybe is buff it up with pressure from here as well. We shouldn't need to. I should get a huge burst of pressure and temperature. So I shouldn't need to run around here and push this thing. But it's nice to have it just in case. Because I mess up these things from time to time. And yeah, we can pump some stuff in there if we need to, and have it run straight into the furnace. Just to boost the pressure up and get the pressure. Because the pressure I need is, I'm actually looking it up right now, I just alt tabbed out, between 30 and 40 megapascals. Okay, well let's stick some oxygen in there. Let's replace these tanks around. I got a lot of junk open right now, so we'll just close some of it off. We don't need this open either. Okay, so we'll just stick this 8,000 kilopascal in there. That took out most of it actually. How much oxygen did we end up with? 170 moles. Way too much. Way too much. Okay, I might blow up my furnace. This could be very entertaining if I blow up my furnace. Now, I can seep the oxygen a bit at a time. So we want it on the input, and we're going to just seep a little bit of oxygen in here. I'm just thinking, will I want to output it to my heat tank? I might. Temperature will be huge. Okay, we'll see what this does. Okay, so this is the input. Let's stick a little bit in. No big reaction yet. Stick a bit more in. Actually, let's stick a lot in. There we go, ignition. And what's the pressure? It's not high enough. Whoa, I don't want to output. Input.
Hydration.
There's not enough pressure. Okay, I need to get more pressure in there. So I'm going to turn this on, and we're going to get this pressure right up. Yeah, it's high enough. It's high enough. Stop. Pressure is too high. Okay, I gotta release some pressure. No. Output. Stop. Get out of there. Once the pressure drops, oh, there we go. We'll produce Astroloy. Okay, I kind of messed that up a little bit, but we got there in the end. We got our Astroloy. Now there's a lot of temperature in here. What is the temperature of this thing? 800 degrees, and it's dropping rapidly. I don't know. When you do a reaction like that, it drops rapidly. That'll do, honestly. Now, are there any other things I could make right now? I don't have enough temperature there to make stellite. I would like to make some Inconel, but I need to drop the pressure quite a bit. What do I need? 2 gold, a nickel, and a steel. Well, I don't have any steel, but I can make some steel really quick. So let's try and do that right now. Let's get this stuff in here. Looking forward to making myself those nuclear batteries. Come on. Okay, let's grab 2 more. Make ourselves some steel. It should be opening in a second. Yeah, thank you. What's the temperature? It's still enough for steel. So we get 200 steel. Now, before I continue, I didn't actually anticipate making Inconel. This is a last-minute decision. It's 1 steel, 1 nickel, 2 gold. Now I'm going to have a stack of 200 steel, so I don't have enough gold. Oh gosh. Okay, I know what to do. Let's get 9 gold. 9. Okay, fantastic. We'll leave this apart and get our belt open. See, we've got this 100 stack here. If we combine it with all that, we'll have enough gold. Anyway, this should make steel. Give me my steel. Give me. Okay, so this is 200 steel, right? What I want now is I want 200 gold to go with it. So we'll put that in there. This is making oxygen as well. I'll put that in there. We're going to make a big stack of Inconel. I'll use it. I love Inconel. There we go. I got a ton of gold in there right now. Fantastic. Now we're going to stick my 200 steel in there. Wait a second. Have I messed this up badly? Inconel is 2 gold per 1 steel. I don't have enough gold. Okay, I can't do it. I need a smaller stack of steel. Okay, we'll just keep the gold. We'll go gold mining later on. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve anyway. I even got an extra stack of steel out of it. I could try and furnace some of the silicon. Actually, that silicon is for the stellite, but the silicon isn't. So let's see if it's hot enough for silicon. Is it? 900 Kelvin, I think, is silicon.
Caution.
Just got enough for silicon. I could also make some stacks of iron. I have no idea how much iron I have in my machine, but getting an extra 50 iron would be nice. I'm having some space management issues here. I'll stick that in there. Yeah, pull that out. And if I want, I could make some more copper for myself. I'm not going to. Let's do it. What's the pressure in there? Okay, so yeah, I could be making Inconel, but I need a smaller amount of steel if I want making Inconel. Let's just get some more copper. Where am I going to store it? I've got no room. Okay, well, I want to stick this pipe back on, so we'll do that now. As you can see, I've decimated my furnace. Alright, where's my copper? Give me my copper. That'll do. So anyway, hopefully everyone's kind of, those people who are unsure have kind of understand how to make Astroloy. You just need to make like a steel reaction, just the same as steel, but you need to have the pressure up really high. And I find just using the cobalt itself, because the cobalt produces hydrogen, just using that hydrogen means you don't have to stick volatiles in there. So it's basically the same thing. You just need to get the pressure between 30 and 40 kilopascals. Having a heat tank really, really, really helps. I need to reverse this. Alright, we're going to turn that off for now, just in case I accidentally hit that button. I'm terrified this is going to start making an ungodly noise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I know it's going to be slowly cooling, isn't it? Is it cooling? 872. It's not cooling. Yeah, it is cooling. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in there. I want to keep that O2, actually. I stuck a bunch of O2 in there. The H2 as well. What are the percentages? Yeah, they're not high enough. Okay, before I go back inside, let's just quickly check this thing here. I know I'm dying of thirst.
Waste tank critical.
Oh, gosh.
Gosh. High. Temperature critical.
Okay, so that temperature's almost great. It's almost ready for me to... Quiet, lady, I'm talking. It's almost ready for me to just flush into my system. I probably want it much lower, like close to 0. But I can flush all this in my system pretty soon. Okay, this is fine. Let's get inside. Let's start making nuclear batteries. And let's also deal with the fact that I'm dying of thirst. Well, I don't need to. I can run my health down. Now, my greenhouse has got nothing but ferns in it, which is a bit problematic. I can't eat ferns. I'm going to run out of food at some point. So what I need to do is I need to actually go find Organtian, find a proper food trader, and get some, pumpkin, corn, tomato, better plants than the ferns. I mean, the ferns are doing well. They're producing oxygen. Speaking of which, I didn't check my greenhouse temperature. I've been bad. My plants could be dying for all I know. I think I've got excess ferns floating around in my fridge, so... Oops, phone going off. Greenhouse temperature, what are you? 49.6. I got to deal with that problem right now. I need to turn the air conditioner on, but I got to do that outside. Okay, chuck all this in here. Just chuck it all in. There's my Astroloy, love it. We'll even chuck this in here as well. I'll deal with it later. I want all these water bottles. I want to fill them up while I'm out there. I need to cool my greenhouse down before my plants die. I could do it from inside the greenhouse, but I want these water bottles filled anyway. These are all full, aren't they? Yeah, okay. So we'll do 2 jobs at once. Okay, we'll get the wall cooler on. Get that wall cooler going. My plants are going to start dying very soon. 50 degrees, I believe, is the temperature for plants. Although I've had temperatures above 50 degrees before and plants weren't taking damage. So I'm not entirely sure about that 50 degrees. It's just what I've read. Come on. Come on, I've got plants to save. I should have just gone inside my greenhouse. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really matter if they do die. I'm going to be searching for new plants soon anyway. Let me out! Let me out! I have plants to save! Okay. 49.8. Okay, wall cooler on. And that'll start cooling the greenhouse down. Yeah, okay. But yeah, those are my ferns. They should actually be slowly spoiling. And the other big problem is as well, this room will be filling up with O2. All the CO2 in this room might disappear. And the plants will die.
Tank critical. Temperature high.
The plants might die because they're... Oh, I forgot to flush. I didn't want to flush that yet. My plants might die because they might run out of CO2. So that's the other thing that I got to be careful of. Anyway, one thing I was doing was doing my water room. It's probably really, really cold in there from the water cooling the temperature down. So this door is dangerous. I got to move this water. I got to do a better system of my water. Okay, I'm going to be pushing this. I'm going to be pushing backspace. I don't want to... If you move forward and open that door, I'll get flung straight into this window and, I might even die. I might even insta-die. Okay, so we're going to fill this up. As I believe I have tons of water. Yeah, enormous amount of water. It's all good. For melting ice. Yeah, so I just want to fill all my water bottles up. Cool. Cool. So yeah, the temperature in here is 191 degrees. My water is 70 degrees. One of the reasons it's hot in here is because it was 70 degrees in here, I'm sure of it. But when I opened this door, I let a big blast of hot air in.
Hunger critical.
Yeah, hunger critical is fine. While I'm here, I could be drinking water actually. So let's do that now. Oh gosh. We'll just drink. I need to actually get an edible plant. It's something that desperately needs to be done. This one should be done. Just wait for this last one. Okay, my water bottle situation has been remedied. Good. Now this time the big rush of air will be in. Yeah, that watershed is just dangerous. It's just dangerous. Okay, so water done. Greenhouse
Power low.
overheating problem solved. Power low can be solved right here. I want to make my nuclear batteries. Game's not giving me a chance. I want to search for a trader, but let's stick on task. I'll do that next episode probably. Okay, so we solved that problem. My greenhouse was almost overheated. I almost killed all my plants. I have to go in there and do a gas swap anyway, though. So I probably shouldn't have done all that. But on the plus side, I've got my water bottles all filled because that was a pain to deal with. I wonder what the temperature of my base is now. I wasn't checking before. It's probably like 170 or something like that. Oh no, I meant 270, not 170. 266. It's getting down there. It's getting down there. That one air conditioner, which is constantly blinking on and off, on and off, on and off. It's very slowly cooling the base and very slowly heating up my heat tank as well for furnace operations. Come on, let me out. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, cool. It's cool. Anyway, let's get back to the task at hand. I want to make nuclear batteries. I'm just a bit concerned about, because I have not gone in my greenhouse in a very, very long time. I'm a little bit concerned about my plants. So now when I flood CO2 in, it'll be 6.6 degrees CO2. So a gas swap right now makes a lot of sense. I would, that's weird. Oh, it's because I'm hitting on the cable. I would like to flush all this into my tanks. I just want my O2 to be, I just want it to be a bit cooler. I want it like 20 degrees. But this is getting close to 20 degrees, isn't it? And it's only 4 megapascals. There's actually not that much stuff in there. Okay, if it's icy, it's icy. It doesn't matter. I really got to get in here and see what the O2 and CO2 percentage is of this room, because this is just a little bit disturbing in here. It's now 170 kilopascals out there, so I probably should have changed. Oh, where's my data card? I put it away to save space. But I probably should change the pressure on this console to meet the inside of my base. Okay, so let's have a look. How did N2 get in here? Okay, the airlock was bugged a little bit. N2 got in here. But as you can see, it's still 61% CO2, which is great, which is fine. Yeah, it's actually okay in here. A few gas swaps and that'll be gone. What are my plants down to? They should be slowly spoiling. And unfavorable lighting as well. They're only growing during the day. I haven't actually gotten around to outfitting this whole thing with grow lights yet. Okay, so which is my outtake vent? Is it this one? I've actually forgotten what's doing what. Let's get a tool in hand. Yeah, it just says active vent. I haven't named all this stuff. What was I doing? I haven't played this like run in so long. I haven't. Yeah, that I've kind of been messing up a bit. Let's get the pressure down to like, I don't know. Oh, it can't go below 38. That's right. Because if it does, it'll bust the windows. Did I leave that on? No, it just goes down slowly. Okay, because it's a big room. So we'll suck out a bunch of this. We'll get the pressure down to 38. I could harvest some of these ferns actually, stick them in the fridge. Now we can do that while the gas intake is on. No, it's taking forever. Yeah, we'll bring it down to like 42 or something. We don't want to risk it. There we go. And now we'll get O2 in here. CO2 in here, sorry. That should cool down the greenhouse substantially as well. Yeah, on this square here, it's 32 degrees. So that's good. So, I mean, we could be harvesting these because they're slowly spoiling. I don't want to really sit here harvesting plants on screen though, so I won't do many of these. I kind of want to just stick stuff in my fridge so I have that spare leftover stuff. I want to be down this end of the room so I can see the pressure in here, because I do want to turn that CO2 intake off in case I mess up my CO2 temperatures. So once the pressure in here gets to 100 kilopascals, I'm just going to leave. Okay. Being careful with these things. If I can stick like 100 ferns in my fridge, that would make me feel a bit better. I'm terrified that I'm going to go off mining or something and all my crops will die and I'll have none to take its place. Still not 100 kilopascals in here. What's going on with this thing? I'm now dying of hunger. Yeah, I do need to deal with the hunger situation, definitely. Definitely need to go searching for traders. I'll do it next episode, I think. Find Organtian, get myself some tomatoes, pumpkin, assuming I get a good Organtian, that is. Some potatoes in here would be nice, some soy. It'd be nice if I could make all sorts of food, French fries, milk. I don't know, it just feels good. I like having a big assortment of foods. I know it doesn't make any difference. I kind of wish it did, in a way. I wish they had like a different foods help your character in different ways. Like you got carbohydrates and protein and stuff like that, fats, and different foods will contribute different amounts to your well-being. I don't know if they're going to go that far with food. It doesn't look like it. Maybe. This is an alpha game. You have no idea what they're going to put in. I was really happy to see them adding spoiling of food. That was a big good change. How's the pressure in here? It's about 100. I can stop doing this. I didn't plan to harvest all these plants. Let's just get it up to a nice round number. 66 is not nice and round. 70 is, but I have to plant one of them afterwards. 69. I think 90 will be the amount. I'm just wasting time here now. 75. 75 is a good number. Let's go. And the temperature in here is a lovely, cool 28 degrees. We can turn this off. We can get out of here. I want my nuclear batteries. I keep getting sidetracked by things like overheating greenhouses and stuff like that. But this should be it. I should be able to start making nuclear batteries. Nuclear batteries can hold an enormous amount of power. Enormous. Once I get a fully charged nuclear battery, my air conditioner is going to run for ages. I can just keep replacing it with nuclear batteries. I'll probably end up draining all my large batteries in the process. That power array needs a huge expansion to it, and I'm thinking large windmills and just creating a big battery room somewhere, maybe above the chill room. I'll just make that a battery. Oh no, I can't put batteries down. You have to put batteries down on frames. You can't put them down on walls. I wish they would change that. That's one aspect of the game which bugs me a lot. That building upwards doesn't make sense. Because it's just too fiddly and annoying, and you have to put down a frame and then stick stuff on the frames and rip the frame up and then replace it with a wall. And it's silly. Some things can go on walls, some things can go anywhere, some things can float, but there are certain specific important items like large batteries which can only be placed on frames. As far as I know. I actually haven't tried. Maybe they've changed that. Or maybe I'm mixing the large battery up with another thing. I don't know. I have to try it out again. Every update I should try it, actually. Because right now I could be giving you false information without knowing it. This is taking too long. I don't know why my greenhouse is taking so long to the airlock. It's very annoying. Okay, so what have I got in terms of... Yeah, I do have some ferns here. I got 37 of them. Yeah, they're different times that they decay. It's fine. Let's deal with the food situation. Yeah. Fantastic. I'll be full health pretty soon. Okay, now for the job. The whole point of getting Astroloy, which I got ages ago, was that I wanted to make these guys, nuclear batteries. They require Inconel and Astroloy. 10 Astroloy apiece, but I want everything to be nuclear batteried. And 5 steel. They take a while to build, but they hold an enormous amount of charge. And honestly, I can probably retire all my small batteries once I have everything all my tools will be large batteries from now on, and the important tools will be nuclear batteries. My life support will be a nuclear battery. Everything will be nuclear batteries. Thank you. Nuclear battery number 1, you can go in there. And you can be my new drill battery. Congratulations, drill. You've got a battery upgrade. These guys are actually pretty pointless now. I have to go stick them in a cupboard somewhere. Which, speaking of which, I should build a new cupboard. I ripped that one up and put it outside. Maybe I should keep this data disk on me from now on. I actually decided to put that away to create an extra space so I can hold my tablet in my mining drill. We'll put this down here for now. Do I have a second nuclear battery yet? Yep, we do. This battery here, nuclear, fantastic. And what is this? That's a large battery. That's going to be nuclear at some point as well. Do you have other tools? Yep, okay, there we go. Small battery. You're going to be retired. Fantastic. Keep cranking out those nuclear batteries, my friend. This is going to be a nuclear battery. If I charge, these things are going to take forever to charge. Well, not forever, but a very long time. I want to stick a nuclear battery here, but there's really no point. It'll just get instantly, yeah. Okay, we'll create another one. This is what I should be doing with them. Bang. Nuclear batteries, once I've got them full, it's just, power's not going to be anywhere near the problem that it has been in the past. And yeah, all these small little guys, you're getting retired. We don't need you anymore. I just noticed we passed the 45-minute mark on this episode, so I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. My phone's going off. I'll just get rid of that. There's another nuclear battery pulled out. So this is initially going to have a huge strain on my power network. This battery is going to be completely dead very soon. This thing I don't need anymore. Okay, so what have I got in my tablet? Large battery, good. I really want to, yeah, I really want to charge that. I don't know, we'll wait till those nuclear batteries are filling up, and then we'll start replacing a bunch of my stuff with nuclear batteries. But yeah, this is going to take a long time. You see, I mean, I stuck this in here ages ago, and it's just in the red still. But they last ages. They last an enormous amount of time. I want more of these, honestly. Let's make another one. These are one of my favorite things in the game. Like, once you've got your nuclear batteries and once you've charged them all up, life is so much easier. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, there are some other things I could be doing right now. Astroloy can be used to make quite a few different things, but we'll explore that next episode. I really want to deal with I really need to put a stop to this episode right now. But yeah, these things are going to be sitting here flashing away for a long time. This is not even in the orange yet, so it's going to take me a while. But I'm hoping that I'll have all those nuclear batteries going. I'm just thinking, this has got a large battery in it. Let's do this. Oh, God, why? I don't mind if that's dead for the time being. I can just take out my drill battery if I need to. But let's just keep running that air conditioner for now. Keep cooling this base down and keep heating up my heat tank. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to keep going with this series. This is season 1. It's supposed to be like a tutorial series, but there's quite a few things I can give tutorial-like explanations for. I hope I've explained the Astroloy well enough. I would like to also, before I end this series, I'm going to make at least one of each of the type of advanced alloys so people can see how I make advanced alloys here on Venus. You got the important ones anyway, Astroloy and earlier Inconel, which gave me the sensor lenses. Okay, everyone, thanks for watching. And yeah, I hope you tune in for more episodes as I release them. Bye for now.